All right, so I've been out putting some miles on the Jeep, some miles on the Rambo, scouting. I think I might be onto some deer for this early archery hunt. Some people call it a velvet hunt, but they're all out of velvet by now. So Dan from Elk Shape did a video about getting locked in for deer season. And I thought I probably should do one too. It's time to get locked in for deer season. I'm 5 days away, so it's time to get locked in for deer season. I appreciate you clicking on this video. Like, subscribe, down below a bunch of links. Go check those out. eBay store, Patreon, Rambo bikes, use RRR Woods at checkout, save yourself 20%. All those things, appreciate you doing that. It helps a ton, makes a big difference. Hit like, subscribe, share, all that stuff helps the algorithm. Leave a comment. The question this week is, are you ready for deer season? Because my deer season's in 5 days. When you see this, it's probably already kicked off. Early archery season, I know out west, the mule deer and elk, and they're already getting started. So here in the south, we're just now fixing to kick off, and it's really just the early hunt, but we have a big cold front coming. So if I was guessing, I'd say there's gonna be some big deer go down in this early hunt, because it's gonna be highs of like 82 in early September, which would normally be highs of 92. So we're gonna have a big opening week, I would guess, for this early hunt. But today, I saw Dan on Elk Shape had a whole series about getting locked in, and I thought, man, that's a cool idea. That's a cool series. I'm not gonna make a series out of it, but we're gonna make a video of it, and I kind of just wanted to show, like, this is my process. This is me, I guess what you would call getting locked in right before deer season. And what that means is, so I've got a lot of things, get your bow tuned in, picking out your broadheads, getting your broadheads on, shooting some of that stuff a little more. I've got arrows like this one. This is an Easton Axis long range that I shoot out of my Mach 33 back there. The insert's half out. It pulled out of a target, I'm guessing, so I'm gonna have to heat that up, reseat that. Here's an ultra arrow that I'm shooting out of this one that pulled out of a target as well. So I need to get those on. I've got a lot of nocks that are either really low in light, or they are, missing I've hit them with other arrows, so the little switch is broke, stuff like that. I've got to pick out what broadheads I'm going to put in which arrows, and I don't even have a quiver mounted on these arrows, or on these bows. So got a lot of things to do. I need to pick out my top 3 arrows. I normally come into there and I go, these 3 arrows are my best 3. They're going to have the broadheads on them. I won't shoot them in groups anymore. I won't shoot them at practice anymore. They'll only have broadheads and be shot at deer. And then I need to have some arrows that are practice targets here. And I try to keep like 3 ready to go with practice tips. I can come out and fling a few arrows just for getting reps, while I have 3 to 5 in a quiver ready to go in the woods. So a lot of things we got to do. The first thing I need to do, though, is I need to get these half outs back in these arrows, and then we're going to go shoot and check our nocks, find out which nocks need replaced. This is the beauty of using hot melt. You're never just truly committed to a setup. So heated that up with hot melt, or heated that up with a torch, got a little hot melt on it. Now I'm gonna get a little more hot melt and get it on there. And these fit so tight that honestly, it's like, do you even need hot melt? But you probably ought to put hot melt on them. But they are a very tight fit. So now I'm gonna heat this half out up, and we're gonna put her on. That's simple. We got this arrow fixed, ready to fly, and I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit, and I'm gonna put a 100 grain tip in it, and we'll be up and running with that. These Easton Axis long range that are missing half outs, same thing. Heat the glue up. This half out actually came off of an old arrow that I guess I broke the arrow and I kept the half out. I'm gonna spin it and make sure it's not bent before I shoot it. I'm Let that dry. All right, so we put all these ultras on a scale. I've got 6 ultras here. 5 of these will be in a quiver. I'm gonna build 2 more, so I'll have 3 backups here that I keep at home. Next thing we're gonna do, they all weigh 458, so they're all about where I want them to be. Next thing we're gonna go shoot them, and I'm gonna find out which nocks are not working, and we're gonna see if any of them are flying a little weird or not grouping with the others, and then we'll cull those to be the practice arrows. While we're out here, on our way out here, RamboBikes.com, use R Woods 20, save your R Woods to save you 20% at RamboBikes.com. Go check them out, great bikes. All right, so first thing, this one down here that hit a little low, obviously I don't like. These 3 are touching. Actually, the fletchings are kind of rubbing, which I don't like. The knock's actually good on this one, so I'm gonna swap the knock on this one with this one here that's not even coming on. And so we'll go get that one a new knock. I'm gonna say these 3 are ready to hunt. They're good to go in the quiver. Knocks are coming on. This knock needs replaced. I think any of these ones up top, that one I don't like. Any of these ones up top I think would hunt. So these are hunting. This one is out and needs a new knock anyway. All right, so these 5 were the ones that grouped good, shot good, true. The ones with good knocks, putting up. These 3, like number 4 here has got a knock, but these 2 didn't even come on. So I don't like them. I've got replacement knocks. I use the cheap knocks from Amazon. I've done a video about them before, so look that video up. You'll see those knocks. I really like them. But these knocks could actually be practice knocks. There's not anything wrong with them necessarily. They just don't come on. I mean, but they're, as far as fit and weight and everything, I don't throw them away because I can still use them as practice knocks. So got 2 new ones here. I'll probably test them, make sure they are coming on and flying good. This one is toast, so I'll replace it too. This one was my practice arrow, number 8. So I'm gonna shoot 8 and these other 2 again. And pick 2 more out of this group with the new knocks to add to my quiver. 40 yards, 3 more arrows, new knocks. Right in the crease, good shot, right where I wanted it. Right there with it. Yeah. All right, so arrow number 8, while not bad, is going to go over here into the practice quiver. These 5 are going to be the ones that go in the actual quiver that go in the field. So we're going to get broadheads on them. So my vision for this Mach 30, shorter axle to axle, it's a really good bow. I could shoot, that was 40 yards. I've been shooting 50 yards with it and all, you know, kill zone shots, shoot it really good. But it's gonna be my more ground blind, late season ground blind. I'll probably hunt it in a tree some too, just because I do like the bow, I like the sight, I like using the hinge. But I'm gonna focus on it being more of a 30 and in type of bow. So I'm gonna be running the G5 Mega Meats on them. Really like them. I've seen some blood trails with them that were just crazy. So I'm gonna have 3 of those on there. I'll probably pick up another pack at some point. Odds are I don't need 6 of them, but I like them, so why wouldn't I? So I'm gonna swap 3 of those on, and then I'm gonna have 2 arrows that will be what I would consider coons, things like that. I wouldn't shoot a deer with them, but they will be in the quiver in case some coons are hanging out around the feeders and I'm sick of looking at them. I can swap over real quick to a different arrow, and a coon doesn't seem to be bothered by that much. So G5 Mega Meats on these Ultra arrows with the MFJJ half outs. Let's check the weight real quick before I put them on here. So with the G5s, mega meats, hope I called them mega meats. I wonder if those are the 125s, because those are heavier than they should be. Boy, and that is why you check these things. Yeah, those gotta be 125s. Whoo-wee, that'd have been bad. I grabbed the wrong G5 mega meats, almost a disaster. I've got some 125s, yep, that's 100. So these are the wrong ones. Yep, that's a 125. Had I gone out into the woods and shot with that and went underneath a deer, I would have been kicking myself for not doing something as simple as just checking before I go. Yep, 460. I believe I was 458 with the practice tips. So again, that's why it's called getting locked in, because I was not locked in there for a second, and it would have cost me big time in the woods. All right, so Mach 30 Ultra Arrows. I've got 3 mega meats here on there, 100 grain mega meats. I like to keep my actual hunting arrows in the middle, and I'll put my raccoon arrows on the outside, because I don't want them getting, I don't want these getting hung on limbs and stuff walking in, or bounced off a tree pulling up. If the coon arrows get bumped off a tree, it's not the end of the world. So what I'm putting on them are these Amazon broadheads. I've got a video about them. I don't know if it's been out yet or not, but I've got a video about those Amazon cheapo broadheads. And the thing about them, they're not very good. They suck. I wouldn't recommend them. But if you put an aftermarket rubber band on them, this rubber band is from Core Cut Crimson Talon broadheads. It's a much tighter rubber band, so it'll actually keep them closed in flight. Again, this is a 20 yards and in, shooting at raccoons type of an arrow, not a 50-yard shot. So not super crucial, but you know, if you're gonna take the shot, you want it to count. So I've got 2 of these, 1 on each end, using a cheap Amazon expandable. Raccoons show up and I'm in the mood, they might get at least scared real good by an Amazon arrow. So these arrows are in the quiver. Sight tape is good. I've got to build a couple more arrows for practicing with. For practicing, might as well go there. This is the worst part of these legs. Either that or I got to flip the quiver or something, because I'm not doing that every time. So quiver is on. We are quote unquote locked in with the bow. Just got to get our practice arrows built. And what I do with practice arrows for these, I'll start running these G5 practice tips that come with them. I'm going to make sure I get the right ones this time, but that'll be what I shoot instead of the field tips that come with them now. Just to, if there's any difference in flight, it makes me feel better that these are the practice tips that they send. Hopefully they fly true. And I do have 3 of them specifically for that. So that's the plan. Podium archery half outs in. They are a snug fit, so it doesn't take much glue. All right, so we'll let that dry. All right, so our 2 new arrows with half outs, just cut them, just fletched them, just glued in these tips, putting practice points in. These are the practice points for the mega meats, the G5 mega meats. So now, I've got 3 arrows, exact same wrap, exact same fletch, same nocks, with practice tips that should fly just like my G5 mega meats. So I'm gonna let these dry. I think we're good to go.